Hello everyone, it's Wednesday, it's a sunny Wednesday and we're back for another artist support conversation. So today we're going to be speaking to, I personally am going to be speaking to Chiedu Oraka, who is just joining now. So bear with us for 1 second. Hello.
How are we doing? Are you all right?
I'm tip top, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
It's very nice to finally meet you face to face. I'm the nameless Ash from behind the email, so it's really nice
Okay.
to actually see you.
Yeah. Good to see you too.
How are you getting on today? Is it sunny with you in Hull?
Yeah. It's all good. It's all very, very okay. Anyway, as good as it can be.
Exactly. All very okay.
Yeah. All very okay. Nah, it's just good to just have some good weather, basically. Do you know what I mean? And obviously lockdowns loosened, so it's all great.
Yeah, it lifts the heart a little bit, doesn't it?
Definitely, man.
So
Thank you for having me.
I can't wait. Honestly, I've been excited all day waiting for this.
No, that's
So
good.
just for anyone who's joining us, I just like to give a little bit of context. So I'm Ash and I work for Launchpad. And today we are talking to Chiedu Oraka, who's an amazing artist who we support through Launchpad. And we just want to talk a little bit about the
You
support
know,
we've offered you. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say thank you for getting my name right.
Well, you know what? It's because I've got a name that no one can say, and I know
Mm,
how much it means. Like they see it written
yeah,
down, and it's like Aisling,
yeah,
Isling. But yeah,
yeah.
well, I'm glad
No,
I got it right. It would have been very shameful if I got it wrong.
no. I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate that. A lot of people are lazy with it, so they just like get it wrong and say all sorts of mad pronunciations. So yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. Um, and today, what we would like to do is we would like to talk about the support that we've given you, and
Mm,
also other support that you've had, so that it might help demystify it for other people who might be wanting to go down those kind of avenues and to just
mm.
shine a bit of a light on it, if that is all
No,
right.
no,
So
that's totally good. That's totally fine.
it would be great if we could just start. If you just give us an introduction to yourself.
So my name is Chiedu Oraka. I am an artist from Hull in East Yorkshire.
That was so concise.
It was, man, like literally. Obviously, there's a few little bits: content creator, mentor, spoken word artist, like poet. Like there's loads of little things I can string to the bow. But I'm thinking, I'm being modest today. I'm being humble. So artist from Hull. Do you
Got
know
you
what
in a humble mood.
I mean?
Yeah, well, I feel like artists actually, it implies a lot. It implies so much more than people think, because if you're going
Mm,
to be an independent artist these days, you are going to be a wide range of everything,
yeah,
which is
definitely,
partly what we're going to
definitely.
talk about.
Yes, that is true. You have to have everything.
Yeah, you do. So you got involved with Launchpad in 2020. I believe
Yeah.
it was towards the end of 2020.
Mm,
And
mm, mm.
talk us a little bit about what was happening around that time and how you got involved with us.
Uh, so I think it was Stu Baxter who sort of, I don't know if you're aware of Stu.
Yeah,
Big up
I know.
Stu was like sort of like a mentor to me, and he was like, apply for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously I heard about it, and he was like, oh, like just apply for it, see what happens. Do you know what I'm saying? So I did, and it's just been really helpful. Like the mentoring meetings that I've had with like Scott, Whiskers, Sam, and Stu, they've just been really helpful. I'd say one of the main things they sort of helped you with was my application for the MOBO Help Musicians Fund.
Yeah.
Uh, and I had ideas, but they, like, especially Scott, he just told me how to like say things differently and sort of talk more on this part and cut certain parts down, and we were successful. So I definitely owe the launch pad for that, definitely.
Yeah, and I think that's such a it's something that we really like to do is, it's not like we're trying to get people to come in and support them and then to box people off. It's about getting people in to level you up, to help get you to
Mm,
the next level by pooling that expertise together. Because it's really hard to know if you're an independent artist and you're thinking
yeah.
music you're making and stuff, you probably might not have first-hand experience of filling in these funding applications,
Yeah.
and just, you know, getting down into what people are looking for from them. But there are people like there who do have those skills. So it's just like a really nice way of networking everyone.
No, definitely, like really, really good guys as well. Do you know what I mean? I've found every single mentoring session so helpful. Like every single one, like giving me gems, giving me advice. Do you know what I mean? And they're always trying to help me. They've got links everywhere. Like Whiskers has got links with certain people, and always trying to network me with other people. So I just appreciate the support, to be honest with you. And I'd advise any artist from the north of England or wherever the Launchpad sort of branches out to definitely get involved with the Launchpad. Such helpful people, and they've helped me develop my career.
It really is. It's so nice to hear you say that. And just for anyone who's watching, we actually have reopened the applications for Launchpad this very day. So you have until the 17th of May to apply, and we support artists and music projects who are based in Yorkshire. And I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but just in case anyone drops off before then, applications are open now, and you can find out more information via the link.
Yeah, make sure you apply, people. Trust me.
Exactly. But yeah, I think something that I really like about Launchpad is how nice everyone is. Like, I know some people say quite a lot, but you know, the industry can seem a bit lonely or a bit cruel. But just meeting some people who are like really lovely and encouraging, it's kind of like, it's very it gives you a confidence boost, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. As an artist like myself, like coming from the north of England, it's just good to have industry advice. Because obviously, where I come from in Hull, there's not loads of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's something that we need to improve on as a local scene, especially for young artists coming through. We need to have sort of more better industry links, but being able to sort of be on Zoom with some experienced guys like I was definitely helps me. So these are just some of the things that young artists can apply for and definitely propel their career. Like
Yeah.
it's good to just, like, you might have ideas, like want to bounce some ideas to these experienced people, and they can say, oh, maybe do it that way, maybe do it that way, and it's good, like I say. And what you said there is everyone's so helpful, everyone's so responsive to emails. Like, yeah, I couldn't have asked for better mentors anyway.
Yeah. And I think we do try as well to pair people up with specific mentors. So, you know, everyone, like, because people will want different things and they'll need advice on different areas of what they're working on. So we pair people up specifically with the people that we know can help them in the areas that they want to develop in. And kind of like you were saying there, but like there's not a lot of like industry necessarily in Hull or in Yorkshire. That's a big part of the reason Launchpad exists. It's to kind of bridge that gap between being an emerging artist and developing it into a like sustainable, like longer term career.
Yeah.
Which is really important because, as you say, there's not as much of it in the north as there is in other areas.
That's true.
So you mentioned there a little while ago that you were working on a MOBO Help Musicians fund.
Yeah.
I was delighted to see that you got that in the latest round, didn't you?
Yeah. The last round that just went, yeah, we got it. Me and a few other good artists. You know what I mean? So, like a few Northerners. You know what I mean? There was a lot of Northern.
Yeah, Dialect got it, didn't he?
Yeah. There was a few Northern representation on that list, so it was very good. A couple of Hull kids got it as well. So,
Amazing.
nah, man, it was very good to be recognised by two great platforms like that.
Yeah, and how did you find applying for that help? Did you think it was easy, or is there anything that like you might think would be helpful for someone else to know who might be applying for it?
It's just it was tough. It wasn't easy. Like, as you know, application forms are never easy, and when organisations are effectively giving you money, they're gonna make you work hard in your application. Do you know what I mean? And obviously it's super competitive because there's loads of artists.
Oh yeah, you
And
have
like,
to grind, like.
definitely have to grind. But my advice is just get your story straight. Like, I think I've got a good story. You know what I mean? A good story to tell, and make sure you really understand what you're going to be spending your money on, and make sure your budget's tight. Like, your budget's like every bit of money is accounted for. And I think that was one of the main reasons why I got it.
Yeah, that makes sense because you want to hand them a watertight plan. You want to sell them a story, really, don't you? You want to sell them this beautiful picture of what you're going to do, then you want to back it up by saying, and this is exactly what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to receive so many, they don't know.
Yeah,
You
definitely,
have to
man.
really like fight your corner.
Definitely, especially as a northern artist as well. Like you've just got to just try extra hard. Do you know what I mean? And I think my application was decent. So yeah, I was very proud of getting that. Do you know what I mean? It was some good news to announce this year.
Absolutely. I mean, it must have been decent because you got it. There can't have been any other. Right?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm a humble
Yeah.
guy. But to be fair, yeah, it was a very good application, if I must say so myself.
No, that's great. And what are you hoping to do with what support have you got for anyone who doesn't know about this fund, the MOBO Help Musicians Fund? What support are you going to get through that fund?
So it's the money and the advisory sessions. Do you know what I mean? Like my aim this year is to put out. Well, the money that they're giving me is going to help me with an EP that I've sort of started already. So like, and then they obviously give you industry support as well. So they give you like I think it's called business sessions. So stuff that I need to work on. So I think the two ones that I chose was how to manage my time properly, and the other one was fan engagement. So you sit down with two experts for like 3 hours actually, but split into two 90-minute sessions, and they just tinker and tell you what to do and give you some great advice and have presentations and stuff like that. So so in all they give you the money and then it's industry advice as well. So yeah, big up the Mobos and Help Musicians, and
Yeah.
make sure you sign up to Help Musicians as well. Any artists out there and the Musicians Union and stuff like that. Anyone who's watching and listening, definitely sign up to them two organisations.
Yeah, you want to be on every mailing list possible as well.
Mm,
You never
mm, mm,
know, and it's gonna really help to move your project forward, from
mm,
something that you might be doing out of passion or something you're
mm.
thinking you want to do, and turning that into something that you can make a sustainable career,
Yeah.
which is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely important.
You mentioned now a few times that you're from Hull,
Yeah, East
and
Yorkshire.
yeah, you are. And I think I've never been to Hull, but I really want to go. I really want to go to the aquarium, and I hear it's
Uh,
a pretty
the
good
deep,
water park.
the deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hull. That's my birthplace. I'm still representing it to the
Yeah, you
death.
rep hard as well. Like you're very proud
Yeah,
of being from Hull.
definitely. I'm very proud because do you know what I mean? Like it is it's an honest and tough place. Do you know what I mean? And like there's not always great role models, and I understand my position of being a role model, and I understand there's a lot of young kids coming up, and I'm not shying away from my role. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to, you know what it is like. I'm from one of the roughest council estates in the city, and I'm trying to breed this whole council estate confidence because like council estates like we are beaten down and most often we're told that we can't really achieve anything. But what we need to understand when you come from a council estate, like it's about character building. When you come a council estate, you're a natural survivor. So I'm trying to glorify that. I'm really trying to glorify that and teach the youth and other people from Hull that just because we're from a city that a lot of people don't view as a cultural hotspot, like you know what, like make it sound sick. Do you know what I mean? Like walk with a swagger. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we are humble people, but we should be proud from where we come from. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people like we're not. We've got a bit of a defeatist attitude in Hull, but Chiedu Oraka couldn't walk around with that defeatist attitude. No way. So yeah, I'm just trying to inspire and just trying to make change.
Yeah, and you are. I think that's something to note as well. Like you're taking that narrative and you're doing exactly what you just said. You're making it something to be proud of, and that is something
Mm,
that we're really proud to help amplify.
no,
You're
thank you,
one of
thank
the first
you.
artists from Hull that we've been able to support, and it's been like
Mm,
it's really important to us because like it's a narrative that everyone should have their own role in shaping. You should be able
mm,
to shape your own narrative and to
yeah,
your own outcomes based on that.
facts.
But yeah, I will be as soon as I can come to Hull. I'll be on the train up to Hull.
Yeah, man, come and experience some of our delicacies. Do you know what I mean? Like the chip spice, the patties. Do you know what I mean? Like we'll show you a good time. Holler at me when you come.
Happen. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And like a lot of your music as well, you do music videos for it that are like
Mm,
based in whole. Like you're really good at incorporating that entire identity into all
mm.
your output, which I think's really cool, like really stand for something.
No, no, it's important to do that, man. Like we've got to represent. Do you know what I mean? Like it's easy and honestly, like there's artists from Hull like that sort of shy away from that. Like they try and fit into another narrative what they can't really relate to, but because it's seen as cool in the commercial landscape, they want to run with that sort of narrative. But be proud about where you're from, and that's all I can do. I'm from Hull. I can't rap in any other accent. I can't talk about anything else. All I can talk about is my upbringing and where I'm from. And yeah, that's it. I'm proud. So you'll always see it in every aspect of my music.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, representation means a lot. Like I'm Irish, but I live in Leeds. And
Mm,
like whenever I see even like Irish singers and stuff like singing in their own accents, which isn't something that happens a lot, or like
mm,
rapping in an Irish accent, I'm like, wow,
mm,
that's good. It's like reclaiming it and making it for yourself, isn't it? Rather than ever
definitely.
conform to like a universal identity of who we need to
Mm, definitely, man. Be proud. Stand up. Be proud.
totally. Totally. Well, you have been mad releasing music recently, haven't you? You've been
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
quite a few releases. Do you want to chat a little bit about that?
Yeah, so like it even came from sort of last year. Like I, obviously lockdown, I can't really. A lot of people have had a lot of negative things to say. Like obviously, like not being able to make music, can't really find any inspiration. For me, it was tough at first, but I suddenly just snapped out of it, and I was like, it's the perfect time to make loads of demos. So the back end of last year, I think I came with 4 releases, which was like I think it was Bianca, Serve You with Taster. No, yeah, it was War Chant, sorry, Bianca, Serve You with Taster, and Outlaws. And then this year so far, I think like what 4 months in, and I've released 3 singles: Helly Hansen, Four, Trials and Tribulations of CEO, and then the new one, which you lot all need to go like check out, Foot Off the Gas. All got visuals. I've had some really good radio play. I've had some good press. Like literally, no pun intended, but I'm not taking my foot off the gas. Like literally, I'm taking over this year. Like the industry is gonna know about Chiedu Oraka, like they have to. I'm gonna be banging on that door very hard.
Amazing. Just as the world wakes up as well, you're gonna give them an alarm bell to wake up to.
Yeah, yeah, I have to. I have to. Like it's my duty. Like we just have to just keep on going. Like me and the team work very hard. I've got a couple of in-house producers. Do you know what I mean? Like, and we're really just trying to dominate.
And I think something that you're really good at as well is thinking about all aspects of your output. Like we had you speak on a panel about PR and press a few months
Mm, mm,
and yeah, just kind of like creating the visuals to go with your music and
mm,
having the photos that match with that, and then
mm,
bringing that to the people who are
mm.
care about it and amplify it. Like it's not easy whenever you're managing all aspects of your music.
Yeah, it is.
Help to get out there.
It is very difficult. It is. It is, especially when I've got a small team. Like, I ain't got a manager. I ain't got a booking agent. I ain't got nothing. Like I'm just doing this solo with like my right hand man, my producer D's kid, and then I've got like my DJ as well. But barring that, like literally, it's just a one-man team. So it is difficult. But what I understand is all my favorite artists all had decent branding, all had a good story, all had a good why, and like I'm just really trying to home in on that. People need to know about the Black Yorkshireman, so like I'm just homing in and just yeah, man, just trying to do everything I can. Even having conversations like you, like artists don't realize, like being on podcasts or making documentaries like I did the Black Kings Upon Hull series, like people don't realize that you need to dabble in a few different areas and it all comes back to that same common purpose. So yeah, I'm out here grafting and just and trying to put the city on the map.
Yeah, grafting and grinding. And I think as well, like you're a bit of a king of like just from a few things you've kind of said throughout this conversation, like changing your perspective on something that could be deemed bad or negative
Mm,
and finding the opportunity in that to try
mm.
something.
Yeah, because that's just from the upbringing that I'm from. Like we're fighters. Like we don't just lay down. Do you know what I mean? Like we are just trying to better our lives, and like I said, I've mentioned before, I'm from Norfolk Estate, where there's not many role models. Do you know what I mean? And even in the city alone, I've talked like a very defeatist attitude we have. There's not many like success stories, like, and I'm trying to be as successful as possible so I can pass down the ladder to the next Chiedu Oraka.
Absolutely. In miniature form.
Yeah. I mean, I am 6'7", so yeah, like it's in miniature form very much. So there's not many people as tall as
The
me.
height would be, you know, enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for anyone who's watching and kind of thinking, you know, that's resonating with me, but I don't know where to go next. Like on Launchpad, we not only directly support artists, but we share a lot of opportunities for kind of more emergent stages or for younger artists to kind of like, sorry, excuse me, help propel you to that next stage. And, you know, there's a lot of power into taking things into your own hands and helping yourself and doing as much learning and growing as you can do. And
Yeah,
I would just recommend anyone to get involved with Launchpad, whether that's by engaging with our resources and our learning tools or by applying for our new open call, which opened today for artists and projects based in Yorkshire to get a combination of funded recording or project support, mentoring and industry advice, and some live opportunities as well.
yes, definitely get involved.
Sorry, I had to get that little plug in there, you know.
No, that's good. That's good. Get it in. Get it in. Promote, promote, promote.
Exactly. It's the name of the game. Chiedu, is there anything else that any last nuggets of wisdom you'd like to share, or anything else that like you feel like we should touch on that we haven't yet?
I just feel like be authentic. I always tell artists like who ask me like for a little bit of advice, all the youngsters in Hull, be authentic, just be yourself, because people will be able to know if you're being real or not at the end of the day. And being authentic and real to yourself always shines out in the music. All my favorite musicians are all like very individualistic, if that's the word, like very like to themselves, like they don't really care about what people think, man. And they've all had hardships in life. Do you know what I mean? They've come from struggle, but for me, that's just my favorite type of artist. I love that raw aggression, that energy, like just, do you know what I mean? Like that punk sort of attitude, that DIY attitude. And I'm not saying that I don't rate artists that haven't had to come up hard or like who haven't had no struggles, but I just love that rawness when I see a raw talent that's not polished. Do you know what I mean? I just love that. But if you are polished and you're being yourself, big up yourself as well, because yeah, man, like it's a tough industry, man. It's cutthroat, very cutthroat. So if you know yourself, you've got more chance of succeeding, in my opinion, anyway. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Like I'm my harshest critic. Like there's so much more that I need to do, and I'm always learning myself. Don't ever think that you can't learn because you don't know everything.
Yeah, and everyone is always learning, no matter what level they're at. And there's no such thing as making it, because there's always going to be the next thing, and there's always going to be the next aim, and that's good, because that means that there's always something to strive for.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, live your best life. And it's true, being authentic, like people can tell, and often people think that maybe being there authentic isn't enough, but it is.
It's tough. It's a long way. It's a hard journey. Like it's a long route. Like I feel my music's like I don't really care. I think I'm releasing some of the best music I've released. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not always getting the accolades. I think I'm releasing some of the best music in the country, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not getting my accolades, but you've got to know within yourself that you're sick and you will get to your destination in the end. And I believe that I will. So you've just got to keep on going. Like it doesn't come easy. Like if you're in music because you think you're going to be becoming the richest guy on the planet, man, I think you're in the wrong industry, because the amount of hours I've put in, I've earned nothing from the game. Nothing. Not financially. Sorry. Yeah. I'm glad you cut in there. Not financially. But I will, because my aim is to retire my mum, so I need to keep on going. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, don't be coming into this game and thinking it's all roses, because it's not. It's hard. A lot of sleepless nights.
Yeah, but a lot of beauty as well. And
very much so.
It's a kind of feeling that nothing else does.
Yeah, man. There's no better feeling. No better feeling than stepping out on that live stage and people being receptive to your music, man. There's no better feeling. that's worth £1 million to me.
And hopefully that's not going to be too long until that is a possibility again.
Yes, yes, hopefully, man. I'm praying. I'm really praying hard because I'm missing performing so much.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I miss them connecting with people in that way. It's
Mm,
not the same, like seeing everyone as 2D, not feeling that energy off other people.
yeah, I need that. I need to feel people's sweat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need to feel it, everything.
I'm glad you're not the only one who said this, because me and my friend who I'm in a band with said this in a podcast interview last week. We were like, we just want people to sweat on us. And the guy was like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I need to feel, yeah, the sweat, the energy, the emotions, everything. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I need that. I need that back in my life.
amazing. Well, I hope that it's not too far away, and I hope that I will be there.
No,
And
no, definitely. I need to do some shows in Leeds.
100%. Well, hit us up. We might help.
Yeah, Launchpad. Like, if you're watching Whiskers, if you're watching, man, like, get Oraka on anything. Me and the lads will tear it up. Trust me.
How can you fight that? I mean, come on. Well, thank you so much for chatting to us today. It's been a real pleasure. And
Yeah,
I hope that you have a good evening and
yeah,
that the next releases you have coming up go well and that
yeah.
we'll do see each other soon.
No, definitely. Make sure you go, like, follow me on obviously Instagram, Twitter, Oraka LD on everything, and make sure you, yeah, just check out the new video for Foot Off the Gas and stream it. Stream the hell out of it, please. Or
100%.
or buy it on iTunes.
Even better.
Yeah, defo.
Even better. Yeah, amazing. Well, thank you very much, Chiedu, and
No
I'll see
worries.
you soon.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.